Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Shane and I'll be the first to say I'm not feeling well today at all. My whole sinus area is very congested. I have a lot of that icky stuff that keeps coming up. I mentioned in my rose gold makeup tutorial that I had some new products that I want to try out in another makeup tutorial. So that is what today's video is gonna be. Trying some new products, and we're gonna do kind of like a fall inspired look toward the end as well. So if you want to see what new products I have to try today, then please keep watching. I haven't been sick in a while and you just kind of forget how crappy it actually is. So first things first, to get our makeup started, I'm going to be using my Tarte Smoothing Base Primer. If you can hear any sort of background noise whatsoever, my daughter is watching The Secret Life of Pets right in the living room right there. So I tried setting her up with my computer so that it wouldn't be so loud if it was on the TV. I don't know how much this new microphone, how much it's actually picking up. I apologize. Alright, our face is smooth and primed and I am so excited to try a new foundation today. Oh, and now my cat wants to play with a jingle jangle. That's... By the way, if my hair looks super greasy, that's because it's wet. I just got out of the shower and I literally just slicked it back and threw it up in a bun because I just don't feel good. I didn't want to put the effort into my hair today. Makeup is enough. So I'm so excited to try today's foundation. Now, I wanted to get more out of this collection and I just wasn't able to. I was going to do a whole video showing this collection and kind of my first thoughts and opinions. I wasn't able to buy the whole collection, so I just decided to get a product that I really wanted. Now, I might go back and browse the collection a little bit more online. The Ulta that I went to, it was kind of everywhere, to be honest with you. So I got Candy Johnson's Tutti Frutti Do You Full Coverage Fresh Glow Foundation. I'm really excited about this product. It says it's long wearing, it has a dewy finish, it's hydrating, and it's brightening. And that's all it says. I got the shade Nude. I had actually swatched this in store and I felt like this color blended in best with my skin, but this is the first time I'm actually applying it on my face. Now, the packaging is super cute. I love the color. I'm always a fan of pink. I like the little watermelon logo as well. Now, the coolest thing about the packaging that I found out in store is when I first saw it, I was like, okay, it's gonna be one of those squeeze tubes, not a big deal. I use the Tarte and Amazonian clay all the time. That's a squeeze tube, whatever. Not my favorite, but it's whatever, right? Candy Johnson did me right because it is not a squeeze tube. It's actually a little pump. The pump is also a nice pink color. So let's go ahead and disperse some product for the first time. So I did 2 pumps because I don't know how much I'm gonna need quite yet. It doesn't seem too watery. It doesn't seem to be sliding all over the place. It kind of keeps its shape a little bit. So I'm just gonna start by dotting this on my face. And you know what? I don't know if it's a fast drying foundation, so to avoid any serious problems with my foundation blending, I'm just going to start kind of buffing it out in sections. What kind of coverage did this say it had? So looking at it at home, it might seem a little bit orangey. I'm not quite sure. But let's just go ahead and apply it to my cheeks. And I have a mirror here. I really want to see what this does. By the way, it has a beautiful smell. The only reason I didn't mention that right away is because I'm so congested that I can barely smell stuff. But I remember smelling it for the first time in store and I was obsessed with it. And I just kind of got a whiff of it as I was applying it to my face. So I did want to mention that it has a strong fruity smell. It's delicious, but I know that's kind of not for everybody, so that is a huge thing if you're looking at her line. I believe every product has some sort of kind of fruit smell to it. I didn't go around all the products just smelling them because, I didn't want to get kicked out of Ulta. I'm fully convinced it's my beauty blender. So the foundation has a very beautiful, like kind of shine to it, kind of like that dew that she was going for. I don't think it's the right color match for me, especially when I went into the bathroom and like re-washed my beauty blender to make sure like no product was built up on it or something. I felt like it didn't match my neck. So I'm definitely gonna bring the product down to my neck so at least it matches. But I might try to go like a shade lighter. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Honestly, I probably took too much, but I am gonna make sure I bring this down to my neck. But yeah, I think this is gonna be returned, but just for a different color. I don't know what's going on at the moment. I need to like, we need a restart. Yeah, we need to restart because I don't know if it's the primer or what, but like the foundation looked so patchy, and there was this particular spot on my nose over here that I just don't know if the primer didn't blend or what, but it looked awful. Like, it looked so bad. All right, let's try that again. Again, taking my smoothing base primer, and I think I'm gonna take less product this time. And I thought I don't know, I felt like I smoothed it in last time, but let's try it again. And then once again, we're gonna go into Candy's foundation here, and we're gonna give this another try. Oh, honestly, guys, I think we're gonna have to pick this up again tomorrow. Well, first of all, my makeup, it's looking better than it just did. I don't know, again, what the heck just happened. Maybe my primer was just not spread well. But I am literally feeling sick to my stomach. Like, as I was sitting here blending, I just felt like I wanted to like go get sick. So I feel like I can't put all my energy and my all in today's video, and I don't think that's fair. So we're gonna come back tomorrow and revisit this, and I'll come back right where we left off, right after applying the foundation. Again, gonna hold on to the receipt just because I think I wanna try a color change. I might step outside and see how it looks, but at the moment, I feel very, very sick, so I will see you guys again tomorrow. So we're back with round number 2. It's been 2 days since I saw you guys. As soon as I stopped recording the last time I saw you in the first part of this clip, I ended up throwing up. I was so sick yesterday. I'm still very sick. I'm still very phlegmy. Actually have a massive headache at the moment, but I really wanted to film today's video. So I did make progress in this video yesterday, even though I was very, very sick. So I ended up going to Ulta and I exchanged the color. So this time we're trying Snow, and I tried to get color matched there. They said that this foundation tends to oxidize, so basically it's gonna get darker once it dries on your face. So even if it might seem a little too light in the store, get it, because again, it's gonna get darker, and I think that's kind of where I fell into my issue the last time I sat down with you guys. So again, we have Snow. Let me go ahead, get primer on my face, and then we'll jump right back into the video. I got a couple of other things we're gonna be trying as well today. First of all, I got this little handheld mirror, which I think is really cool. I don't wanna like direct it to you guys to blind you with the reflection, but it has little LED lights. So I really thought this would come in handy with my makeup tutorials. And if you're curious, I had gotten this at Ulta at the checkout. It's the VOA Beauty Designs High Resolution Compact Mirror. So that's what I'm going to be using today. And we were running into an issue with my beauty blender last time we applied foundation. I think it just needs to be replaced, but because I went to Ulta, beauty blenders are not available. So I got this Real Techniques 2 Miracle Complexion sponges. I have one here that's slightly damped, so it does have a flat side and then a side that looks like the original beauty blender. So let's go ahead and dive into our new Tutti Frutti foundation. We had talked about it a lot yesterday. No difference except for the color. So let's go ahead and get some pumped out. Ooh, I can smell a little bit better today. Oh, it smells so nice. Just such a sweet, fruity, pleasant smell. I love it. I love it. Love it so much. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and buff this out. And because I'm still sick,
we're gonna switch over to voiceover so you're not listening to me just coughing up a storm this entire tutorial. We do have a couple of other new products to talk about as well, so when we get to that, I'll bring you guys back. But for now, voice over me, take it away.
Alright, so let's go ahead and get this foundation blended into my skin. Now, the very first thing that I noticed, besides the smell of this foundation, was how easily it blended. Even though I'm using a new tool, I feel like I didn't have to put that much effort into making the foundation flawless. Now, this product is definitely full coverage, but I still want to see if you were able to kind of build on top of your foundation already. So with some extra product, I go right over my foundation and build up a second thin layer. So I'm definitely a fan of this foundation and I'll continue to use it.
Hold that thought for a second. So I've been using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I actually really do love it. However, I just want to try this today. So we have another LA girl in porcelain, and I introduced this couple videos back in my testing bestsellers makeup, and I haven't tried it yet. So I'm curious as to which is brighter, which I'm gonna like better. So I think I'm gonna do my right eye with the Makeup Revolution concealer, and then my left eye with this one, and see which one I like better.
So I found out with using the LA Pro Girl concealer, it wasn't as brightening as the Makeup Revolution concealer. It was a little more on the yellow side. So comparing the two concealers side by side, my preference is definitely leaning toward the Makeup Revolution side. Not to say that the LA Girl product wasn't good. The formula is actually spectacular and blended out seamlessly. It was simply the color. I definitely need something a little bit lighter. So for now, I'm gonna keep the Makeup Revolution concealer as my go-to.
Moving on to contour, I did introduce again the LA Pro Conceal, but this one was in the color Toast. I actually ended up really liking the color on camera, so I'm gonna stick with it. And I really liked the brush technique that we did in the last videos. When I was at Ulta, I looked out for a brush and I found one again by Real Techniques, and this one is an Expert Face Brush. Honestly, I had originally bought it for foundation, to try to apply foundation with a brush, but then I looked at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is actually a perfect brush for my cream contour. So like I did the last time in my rose gold makeup tutorial, I like to apply it to the back of my hand first. Then I'm just going to tap the brush in the product and then tap it off on a clean part of my hand so it's not too much product all at once. And then I'm just going to start pressing this in my contour areas. Hi, beautiful.
I actually ended up really liking this technique of stippling the product on the back of my hand and then putting it on my face using this brush. I found the brush itself to be really useful. It was just dense enough to do the job that I wanted it to do. And then to soften it even further, I'm going back in with the sponge and just softening up the edges. I felt like this product took a little bit of getting used to. I have worked with it since this video. So I actually have an upcoming technique that I want to show you guys in future makeup tutorials, but for now, this is the way that I started using it. Now, if you really want a full contoured face, you can go in with a nose. I don't do it often, but for this video, I was just in the mood for it. We're just going to contour the sides and the tip of my nose. Honestly, I didn't go that crazy with it. To set my under eyes and my T-zone, I'm taking my Maybelline Fit Me powder. I'm going to tap a little bit of product into the cap. Then using my damp sponge, I'm just going to press the powder right into my skin underneath my eyes.
Why you got the flowers, baby?
This is for you.
Oh, thank you, love. Thank you, baby. Oh, I love you.
I'm sitting next to you.
Okay. You can say.
I'm sitting back here next to you.
I'm gonna press the powder underneath my eyes, and I'm also gonna work it right into my T-zone. This powder is very white and it's very brightening. We're gonna do brows off camera, so I'll see you back in just a sec. I'm going to wipe away the excess powder from my face using a large fan brush. Then we're gonna move on to eyes, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do. I have one of Jaclyn Hill's Vault palettes called Ring the Alarm. This definitely has those like burnt oranges, a very fall palette, so I figured it would be appropriate. Using a large fluffy crease brush, I'm first going to dip into Rush and just sweep this all over my crease to act as our transition shade. Then going into this beautiful matte burgundy color called Framed. I wanted to actually go quite bold and dark for the look, so I decided to pack this all over my lids. Then switching to a small Morphe brush, I'm going to blend that color into the crease. Then using Siren, which is a shimmery burgundy shade, I'm going to sweep it across the line between my two transition shades in my crease. So right where Rush and Framed meet, I'm going to sweep this color just to blend the two together. I'm going to line my waterline with a bit of white. To highlight my inner corners, I'm going into my Naked Heat palette and picking up the shade called Ounce. I'm also going to use the same shade to highlight my brow bone. Still using the Morphe 502 brush and back into Jaclyn's Framed eyeshadow, I'm going to sweep this on my lower lash line, smoking it out quite a bit. And then lastly, going into Rushed one more time using the same brush, I'm going to sweep this pretty much all around my eyes to give it this pretty ombre halo effect.
Eyeshadow is done. I am going to line my eyes, but we also forgot to use this product, which is the L'Oreal Havana Camila Cabello collaboration liner. Oh, okay, so it's first of all a pull away. Then does it have like a little twisty? The bottom twists, but I don't know what it does. It is a felt tip liner, which I'm not used to, but there's no shame in trying new products, right? So let's give this a try and we'll kind of see how it wears throughout the day. I cannot get used to felt tip liners. I don't know why. I don't know why. Oh my god. I feel like I can't work with felt tip liners because it's almost like a marker where it pulls the skin. But with liquid liners, it's kind of like paint where it almost glides on. Oh, this is really hard on my left eye. Ah, I don't think I'm gonna do it. Let's just move on to my liquid liner and get this over with, because I can't do felt tips. I can't do it.
After I finished lining my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and bronze up my face. I'm still using the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, but this bad boy, every time I use it, breaks even more. It's such a pretty product and I want to continue to use it, but I think I'm definitely going to have to try to fix this soon because it kind of gets everywhere. But just using a small brush, I'm just going to sweep this everywhere where I contoured. Also using a butter blush, I'm just going to apply a little flush of color to my cheeks. Using L'Oreal's Telescopic, add 2 coats of mascara to your top and bottom lashes. And then using my current favorite Jasmine Brown Curly Queen lashes, we're going to apply these as well. While I allow my lashes to dry, we're going to move on to a little bit of highlighter. And I've been obsessed with the Amarezzi highlighter from Anastasia for quite a while now. And I'm going to apply this highlighter in kind of like a C shape. So starting from my brow, working my way to my temple, and then down the tops of my cheekbones. For lips, I was going back and forth. I really wanted to try to match the eyes. I didn't know if I wanted to do a dark lip or a light lip, but I ended up going with this really pretty cranberry shade from Dose of Colors.
So this is the final look, you guys. Honestly, oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. The lip and the eye color probably aren't the best match in the world. The eyes are a little bit more purple, but like, looking at it together, it actually looks pretty. There's like a nice transition between like the kind of plummy purple up into the oranges, so in between you kind of get this brick color. So I still think the look goes really well together, but for today I figured it was fall so we could kind of get away with it. I hope you guys didn't mind the voiceovers. Of course my voice is still kind of recovering. Hopefully within the next couple of days I'll be completely back to normal and filming as usual. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. anyway, let me know what you guys thought of these new products. I'm actually really satisfied with the Real Technique Beauty Blender. Really loved the brush as well for the cream contour. I feel like it did such a good job and really fast as well. The foundation seems to be wearing really well on my face. Again, it did oxidize, so it got darker, and I feel like it was a little bit of a better match once it did dry. I love Candy Johnson, and I want to support her, and I just think what she's doing is so incredible, and she's such a beautiful soul, so I am proud to say that I have something of hers in my collection. If you guys enjoy the video, please show me by leaving a thumbs up. I would love to also read you guys' comments. If you don't want to miss any new videos, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time I post a new video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!